Everyone talks about generational wealth. Generational wealth, in short, so much money on your family name, your family heritage, that this generational wealth can last you pretty much a lifetime. See, that's it. Can last you a lifetime, and multiple lifetimes. So great to the point that it impacts your family in a positive way. I mean, that's always noble. And I was just thinking to myself recently, is that what I want? Is that what I desire? Now, my family, and I can imagine with the majority of you people also, have experienced poverty, and your family's probably been in poverty for decades. And it would be nice. Let me tell you, I'm split in two parts. No, in my head, I have two like contrasting views in my head. One part of me is thinking, right? Well, it would be nice to have generational wealth and set my family free, and it would be an absolute pleasure to see that with my eyes now. You know, to see my family just in a good financial position. They don't really have to worry about struggles and money anymore. You know, there's this common saying, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create hard times. And it's that endless cycle. And I think that's where you need to just have this mentality of the warrior in a garden, where there's no conflict going on, but you just need to be prepared for whatever comes. Whether a war happens or not, just have that mindset forged and prepared. And that's masculinity, I'd say. Just doing things that are keeping you on top, so you're prepared for whatever has to come. Now, best case scenario, no bad things happen, no bad form of never world war conflict happens. But it's good to be on top of it just in case. It's still good to be working out and not getting comfortable just because we're in a time of peace right now. And in terms of, I feel like I am going off tangent, but in terms of generational wealth. But yeah, I'm just splitting two, man. I'm thinking, yeah, I could definitely be that guy who just sets it up for the family. You know, retires everyone and they can live a lifetime. That would be absolutely incredible too. But then another point of me is also thinking, yeah, but when I'm dead, it only takes one idiot in the bloodline to mess up everything I've built. In terms of setting your family up in a position where they don't need to suffer financially anymore. And it really made me thinking, man, damn, is generational wealth worth it? Is it worth pursuing? Will that make my family weak? Will they lose their vigor to just work hard? Will they just be too soft in the luxury that I've built decades after my death? You think about these things, man. It's just been in my head. And I'm not sure. That's what I'm asking you guys. Is generational wealth worth it or not? I wish I had an answer, but I kind of do have an answer, but I can't conclude because I'm splitting two. And I'd love to, and I know I will do it eventually. I would love to retire my family, you know? Put them in a financial position and myself in a position where we don't have to worry about money anymore, man. We can live good. Not telling you we have to live overly luxury, but we can enjoy the finer, sweeter things in life. And I don't believe that's a sin. It's not a sin to enjoy the beautiful things in life. You have to. It's life, man. You only have one chance. I'm not telling you to live a completely heathenistic life, but I don't see the cons of enjoying precious things in life every now and then. You're human. It's also part of the human experience. We've suffered more than we've enjoyed, you know, adding everything up. So we're able, naturally, when you do acquire said thing that you're aiming for, you'll be able to appreciate said thing a lot more. So I don't see the problem with that. Personally, I don't. In terms of generational wealth, I guess it would be nice to know that, you know, I set my family up, you know, they grew up in heritage. And, you know, you commonly see people on the internet. There's young billionaires nowadays that are around my age and they've inherited that from their parents. Yeah, but they haven't adopted and they don't have that forged mind that comes through the struggle. To which actually makes you more of a man, in my opinion. Because you've had to suffer. You know what life is like. Life has humbled you. Life slapped you in the face a few times. And as sucky as it is in the moment, I'm still in that phase in life. When you get to the other side, you accumulate a good amount of wealth in a moral way, if you will, you're going to feel good. It's going to feel a lot more fulfilling. And that's a good spot to be in. And that's something rich people will never truly understand. With me, The whole concept and idea of traveling the world, it's so fascinating to me. There's a reason why I'm dedicated to learning 5 languages. I already speak 2 right now. I'm learning my 3rd language right as we speak. I'm learning German. I speak English. English is my first language, and I speak French fluently. I'm currently learning German, and I want to learn Spanish and Japanese. And that sparked I want to even learn languages. It's just fun to me because it stems from being poor and just visiting in general. It's because I'm poor and because I wasn't able to just travel straight away. I only traveled once in my life. But 6 years ago today, bro, I was in Paris, and that was my first and only vacation as of now. I was with my family, I had a great time. I want to do more of that. That stuff really interests me. And I'd imagine from a rich person's perspective, they will never really truly understand the value of money in the way that I do. Because they've never had to live without it. They've never had to go over 2 decades. They'll never truly understand the value of money the way that I do because you've never had to suffer and be through nearly 2 decades of just poverty. So you'll never truly understand the value of money. When you go on a vacation, you just see it like going to any other place. Not like I do, how you're able to actually visit other parts of the world. You've probably been through private yachts as a kid. Private jets, and I'm not telling you that's the entire thing that they should value. But in terms of, the finding out pleasures in life, it's good to experience. But when you've experienced all of that already, I can only imagine it's like, where's the motivation to really work? For most of you lot. It just goes back to the question, is it really worth getting generational wealth? And even if I do, right? One of the mindsets I have is, what if I become generationally wealthy and I leave that, years after my death? Is my family, is the Nagoma family name just gonna be lazy now? Sitting on the fortune that I've built for them, that I've suffered for? Are they gonna lose that drive that we've had for decades and generations and millenniums? Simply because of me? And would that make me the root cause, the catalyst? Plays on the man's mind. Part of me is just thinking, man, honestly, I've built this money. I've built all this wealth. I haven't now, but I'm speaking in, the sense of, let's say, if I were already there, you build such an extreme amount of wealth. I might as well just spend all of it and die with it. Part of me is thinking like that. And just donate it to charity and services to better the world and make the world a better place before I leave. A philanthropist, if you will, I don't know. You name it. Because I believe that would be a lot more impactful than just giving it to your bloodline. That's what another part of me also thinks. But I don't have the answers. I don't know. I'm just contemplating. I'm split in 2. I don't know which is more noble than the other. Trying my bloodline so they never have to suffer again. And God willing, they have the good intentions that I have and they will continue that legacy on. So when eventually the day of judgment arrives and Jesus Christ comes back to judge us all, we will all be viewed in a positive light by yours truly, because that's truly what really matters. Not the opinions of a flawed person, but one is perfect, a God. It's just been in my head. Is it worth getting generational wealth? And usually with everything in life, there's going to be a cap where after a certain amount of money, it's like, how much more do you need? It's like with fitness. I've been training for 5 years now. And usually with fitness, and I'm speaking from experience, I was also told this many times prior to my fitness journey, and whilst on my fitness journey, not to say that I finished my fitness journey, but you're going to make the most muscle in the first 5 years. I've been through that phase in fitness now. It's been 5 years and 7 months of me training. I'm not going to get as much muscle from here on. I still can do it little by little as the years go by. But I mean, you're going to make the most muscle in the first 5 years in terms of, the quantity of muscle that you gain. After 5 years, it's like, yeah, you gain 1 pound of muscle a year. It's like very insignificant. Now, if you were to compare that to, let's say you're 80, you start training at 18, you're 23 now, you got most of your muscle, and then you compare 23-year-old you to 30. I'm sure the gap may still be significant, assuming you're still training for a long period of time, but that's because it's just chipping away 1 pound for the next 7 years. That's £7 gain. That's gonna make a difference. But when you're doing that annual transition, you're not really gonna see much progress. And I'd say that's the fitness cap. 5 years is that, yeah, how much muscle do you really need? I'm not telling you to not train for strength, still do that. It's like, yeah, how much do you need? You look good already, you know? And I'm in that position now. It's like, I'm probably not gonna look too different physically in comparison to me 10 years from now. Yeah, I may be a lot more leaner, but in terms of size, I hit my fitness goals, man. So I'd say if I get a net worth of 20 million, that's my goal. Let's say by the age of 36, I'd be pretty satisfied. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be satisfied. And everything else is icing on the cake, really. So I'm splitting two, I don't know. Is generational wealth worth it? Do we need generational wealth? Do we really need that wealth to last a lifetime? Or should we use that generational wealth in our lifetime? And if I were to use it in my lifetime, naturally family's gonna suffer from poverty and the cycle repeats again. They still have that forged mindset, but as we studied in the past, in most of our families, it's not just hard work that gets you rich, because there's many hardworking people that... I'm splitting two, man. I don't have an answer. I really don't know. I'm so confused, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't think too deep into it. It's a good weather today, but the camera won't do it any justice, so I don't think it will. I'm seeing. My phone's on grayscale mode, so I don't know what it looks like from the camera's perspective until I edit this video. But it doesn't look as good as what I'm seeing. You know, the camera tends to not do it justice. It's a cloudy day. It's still early in the morning. I feel kind of nostalgic for some reason. I'm quite fond of it, really. Blue clouds early in the morning. It's about 6:35 a.m. You can see the sunset in the distance, as I just showed you. I haven't. Beautiful. I'll train for the next 30 minutes. Just completely be off technology. Maybe say hi to a few people. Do my calisthenics and just get off the internet, man. And this contemplation that I just said, because it's a mind fuck. So I'm gonna get out now. Go on the real world and live my life now. Bye.